Nikita Khrushchev once said, "We do not have to invade the United States. We will destroy you from within." Keep this in mind as we discuss today the recent China-Russia joint military exercises and what does it mean for the global geopolitical landscape. My name is Dr. David Oualaalou.
And my name is Dr. Ross Stewart.
And you are watching Geopolitics in Conflict.
David, what a coincidence. Russia, China, joint military action, COVID-19, digital yuan,
6G,
6G,
China-US trade war,
and the Belt and Road Initiative. Don't you think it's a coincidence that they're now traditional enemies are actually coming together for joint military action?
Well, sometimes, Ross, when the benefits outweigh, then the parties are going to come together. My thinking is that the recent Russia and China's military exercises, it's nothing surprising, by the way, just for our viewers to know. This is not the first time. As a matter of fact, China participates in some exercises inside Russia. The same thing we do in Hawaii under RAMPAC, what we call RAMPAC exercises. We don't invite China. So this is nothing new. What's new about this is the timing of it.
Yes.
Is it sending a message to not only the United States, but the rest of the world, given the global dynamics that's going on, the economic changes in Asia? Remember, ASEAN meeting just took place about a month ago. The signing of the economic agreements between the 15 countries in Asia for the RCEP, between all those countries. So that's what was interesting about all this. But it's normal activity that any country can do or participate in.
Do you think that in any way it's aimed directly at the United States?
No, not necessarily. I don't see that. The reason being because we do the same. As I mentioned earlier, we have what we call the RAMPAC exercises in Hawaii. Those are every year. And we can invite whomever we want to participate in that. So my thinking is just like the possibility that they are seeing eye to eye on certain issues. Just because they are doing exercises together, it does not mean they're going to fight together. If hypothetically there were a war or a military tensions rise for one country, that does not mean the other country is going to join that. But the possibility is there. That's the message I'm reading through this.
Do you get that this might be signaling that they're doing more and more business together?
I think so. And I have been arguing this point from a couple years ago that I do foresee that moving forward, Russia and China is going to figure out a way. I mean, they are already cooperating in the Arctic for business economic opportunities there. China is investing serious money into the oil industry.
Oh, you aren't kidding, serious money.
In the Arctic, yeah. But also, the reason being, as we always advise our clients, that you're going to have to really understand that assessments of what does it mean from geopolitical that will impact those business decisions. In the case of the Arctic, for example, why China is investing there? Because you're looking at about $38 trillion worth of untapped natural resources. So,
and by the way, that's not a trivial amount.
No, it's not. It's not. So it makes more sense for those two countries to start working together towards developing more relationship.
Do you think that this working together in this military exercise is increasing stability in the region?
Remember, the exercises took place in the Sea of Japan and between those two countries. But also what's interesting about that water there, it's the Strait of Malacca, all the way through the Sea of Japan. That is a major waterways with most of the commodities and mercantile goes through that water, which means all the countries in that region depends on that water and the safety to ensure access to raw material, access to raw materials to fuel their economy. So I'm sure they're gonna be developing their own naval assets and so forth, but that's the reason why we took interest into these exercises. Remember, at the same time those exercises were conducted, the United States was conducting free navigation in the South China Sea. The same thing the United States is doing in the Strait of Hormuz when we sent the Ohio class submarine, which is usually a platform for some 155 Tomahawk missiles which is undetectable, by the way, as part of the freedom of navigation there, but also because we have our Fifth Fleet into that in the region. So
let me quote from one of my favorite authors. Oh, by the way, that's you.
Oh yeah, that book just came out, by the way. So
The Dynamics of Russia's Geopolitics, Remaking the Global Order. The importance of analyzing the Sino-Russian partnership centers on how this relationship will develop into a strategic challenge for the United States. That, in turn, will have serious consequences for the United States in Central Asia and the Pacific realm. Some argue that bad blood between Russia and China prevents them from coming together. While this assertion is true given the history between the two powers, coming together as one force makes sense for both Beijing and Moscow. The outcome? A direct military challenge to the United States will then come from the north, east, and west.
well, that's how I saw it playing back then, and that was when I was writing that book a couple years ago. So to me, it almost makes perfect strategic sense. If the two countries, if they play their cards right, that's going to be a very strategic challenge to the United States. Now, when you combine both countries' capabilities, naval and otherwise, you can just see why it will be a challenge. But also, that one will pave a way for business opportunities.
Oh, boy.
Because remember, with how China is moving forward, now they ascended to the global economy and moving forward with the digital one, with the BRI, with the 6G, you name it. So, and as a matter of fact, even the European Union, 48 hours, just agreed to a deal with China for China to open its market for investors.
How seriously should the United States be concerned?
They shouldn't. There is nothing to be concerned about because we do the same. We conduct the same exercises with other countries. So should, in that case, Russia be concerned or China be concerned or whomever? No. I mean, it's not warranted for this. It's just like another country within its own sovereignty to decide to conduct exercises. There's nothing against the law, international law, that is, for taking similar approach.
Well, from what we've discussed, this is a very common thing to have happen.
It is indeed.
And even if the news media whips it up into scaring us half to death, we can stay calm knowing that this is a very common kind of thing. This isn't signaling some new tragedy about to occur.
No, what you're going to have to do with that, with the media, that is to justify this military spending. Because remember, that's like what the Pentagon annual assessment about China came out. And what does it say at the top? It says that China has the strongest navy in the world now, which you and I know it's not true. But the report will have to justify the spending for the Navy to increase its assets, or its spending, that is. So, no, there is nothing to worry about. It's just those are normal. And mind you that what they used in these exercises, they used the U-292, which is a bomber, an old Russian bomber that was serviced in 1970. Still in service.
50 years.
Yeah, so there is nothing to worry about. That's the bottom line for all this.
So, should CEOs be concerned about this in any way when looking to do international business?
No, they shouldn't. What they should do is they should have a clear understanding of that assessment of what does it mean geopolitically that will pave the way for business opportunities. To give you an example, if China and Russia conducting these military exercises in that part of the world, other countries going to take notice, of course, but other countries going to want to understand, are those exercises moving into a strategic alliance between Russia and China? And if it is moving into a strategic alliance, and as you and I know, anytime you move into a strategic alliance of any sort, you will include the economic opportunities for
Absolutely.
it. So that's basically what the CEOs needs to be thinking in terms of what opportunities are out there that the possibility of this alliance could provide them.
Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Also, be sure to check out our other videos. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.
And as always, stay informed. Till next time. Bye-bye.